Welcome to Newport Beach Talk. Today, we're going to be talking to Emergency Services Coordinator, Katie Eing. And in the second part of our show, we're going to sit down with the President and CEO of the Newport Beach Chamber of Commerce, Steve Rosansky. Katie, it's great to see you again. Explain what your job entails at the city. I know it's very important, and with everything going on today, it's vital that we have you.
Yes, well, thank you so much for having me. So my job in the city is I make sure that we are planning and prepared for all man-made and natural disasters. So on a regular basis, I'm training all the 700 city employees. So whether you are a member of the fire department, police department, or you happen to work in the finance department, we are training every day to make sure that we in the city are prepared to respond to our community during a disaster.
And I would think now more than ever, we've had mudslides, fires. I think last week we had a tsunami alert. How do you work with all the staff and everything and get that notification out and train them to be ready for when one of these things happen?
Well, we had quite a big 2017, and now it looks like 2018 is also on record to be one of the worst disaster years in, I think, United States history. It's a constant challenge to make sure that we're prepared. I mean, we move on right after disasters, and it seems like another one follows right behind it. So we always try to stay ahead of the disaster. I'm planning for what we haven't had yet, not just what we've had: earthquakes, fires, tsunami watch last week. So we're talking always about what is the next disaster. And that's what we're working on with all of our city employees. So it's a constant battle. It's a battle to do your everyday job, and also what is our role, because all government employees are disaster service workers. So everybody who works in the city, they all have a role as a disaster service worker, and they're required to stay at the city if we have a disaster. So it's constant training on that.
I remember a number of years ago, we had that big fire in Laguna Beach and started working its way up toward Newport. And, you know, you mentioned tsunami and like we saw up north with the mudslides and things like that. When you think about disasters here and it falls under you, what kind of rises to the top? What are the top disasters that you have to prepare for here in Newport Beach?
Well, you hit one right on the head right there with the wildfires. It's been since 1993 since we had a big wildfire in Newport Beach. What also rises to the top for me is earthquakes. We have an earthquake fault that runs from our city to the city of Inglewood. It's called the Newport Inglewood Fault, and the last time there was a large earthquake on that fault was in 1933. In 1933, 115 people were killed from that earthquake, and we know that that earthquake epicenter is at the Santa Ana River. So it's been quite some time since we've had an earthquake. They just had the Northridge anniversary. 1994, 23 years ago, was the last time we had a catastrophic earthquake in Southern California. So fires, definitely earthquakes. I think tsunamis are a topic, but I think that those are more rare occurrences. And my third one would be a power outage. A major power outage, I mean, just think of everything that we do in our daily life. It's all around, surrounded by power. So if we had a major power outage, whether it's in Newport Beach or in all of Orange County, I think that could really be a disaster for us locally.
Okay, so disasters don't confine themselves to city borders.
Right.
So that means there has to be communication. How do you communicate? Okay, so if we have a disaster in Newport Beach, how do you communicate around Orange County, and if it's called for, even bigger than that?
I think we're pretty lucky in Orange County. Orange County, we all play pretty well in the sandbox. I am a part of a group called the Orange County Emergency Management Organization. So once a month, all the emergency managers from Orange County all meet. So there's a rep from Laguna Beach, Costa Mesa, UCI. So surrounding us, there's a rep as well as a county rep. So we're all working together to make sure that our plans, that we're in constant coordination and communication, and that we have each other's phone numbers. So when something happens, we're not turning to the internet to try to find our neighbor's phone number. We already have made those contacts ahead of time. Because just what you said, disasters have no boundaries. So it's important that we're not working in a silo in Newport Beach, that we are working with our partners, because we do need them as much as they need us during an emergency to provide mutual aid.
So recently I got to observe one of your training sessions down in the Emergency Operations Center, which is in the basement of City Hall. Very vital for the city in the event of a disaster. Talk about that facility.
Yes, we have our Emergency Operations Center at City Hall. We activate it at least once a year if we don't have any other disaster or storm or something springs up. But why that room is so important is that room is ready to go 24 hours a day, 365 days of the year. We are ready to respond to a disaster. So what we do is we educate about 150 city staff members. They fill those roles in our EOC, as we call it. And they're representatives from the police department, the city manager's office, finance department. They're pretty much the key and management employees in the city. So if we do have a disaster, they respond to that room. And why it's so important that we all come together as a city is that we can make sure that we have those face-to-face communications and that nothing is lost in translation. So we make sure that we're all on the same page, responding to the emergency and getting all of our priorities together and on the same page to make sure that we are doing as much as we can for the community.
And I was so impressed when I was down there because, in the event of a disaster, you think, okay, police and fire, and they'll be out there doing their things. But there's so much more to it because the city itself has to run as a business. So when you say you have the finance department down there are people down there that can issue checks, make payroll happen, make all these different things happen. I mean, it's like a little city unto itself.
Absolutely. When people think of disasters, they just think of police and fire. But what probably some people don't know is that all government employees are disaster service workers, which means that if we have a disaster, they're required to stay at work. So we do a lot of training internally to make sure that they have their plans taken care of at home so they can stay at work and help and do whatever is needed. So whether you work for the library department and you're helping with the public information line, or you're working in the finance department, and yes, just as you said, cutting checks and renting needed equipment and whatever we need for that disaster, we have representatives from every single department to make sure that we are all working together to do the greatest good for the greatest number.
Talk about your employees and you say they need to be prepared at home. Talk about what the community itself needs to be prepared, how they need to be prepared.
Absolutely. It really is its partner in preparedness. The city of Newport has a little over 700 employees. We have a lot more residents than that. So really it's a preparedness effort together that we as a city are preparing, and we hope that the community is preparing also, that we can take some of those recent disasters and do lessons learned and think for our residents to say, hey, if I had to evacuate for a mudslide or a wildfire and only had 5 minutes of notice, am I prepared to leave? Do I have my plans in place with my family that are prepared to leave? So those important things are having, even just talking about your cell phone. I mean, we're so reliant on technology. Does everyone have a solar cell phone charger? That's something easy that everyone can purchase. Also a thumb drive. If you have to evacuate your home, do you have all your important files and papers on another location outside of your home? I think that that's really important, as well as food and water. If we, for some reason, the power goes out and you have to stay in your neighborhood, stay at home for a while, do you have all the things that you need? Of course, the city of Newport Beach is going to respond, but it will take us time. And we tell residents, be prepared to be on your own for 3 days, minimum of 3 days to be prepared on your own. So if we can do that, if we can train our people and we can get the community to prepare, the city also, the fire department offers free disaster preparedness training classes for all residents. It's called the CERT program, right. Community Emergency Response Team, and that's where residents can really take it to the next level, learn how to put out fires, learn how to do search and rescue, CPR, all those things that they're going to probably be having to do in their neighborhood, but to give them an advanced training. So we really recommend all of our residents go and take the CERT program. Also, one thing to add is if they want to receive emergency information, which is critical during a disaster, we recommend that everyone go to alertoc.com, sign up their cell phones. That way we can reach out to them in their neighborhoods, tell them what's going on, maybe they need to shelter in place, evacuate. We can give them real-time information. So it's so crucial that they go to alertoc.com and put in their information.
Katie, I have to hand it to you. Just having you in the community with all this work and everything makes me feel safer. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Next, we're going to be speaking with Newport Beach Chamber of Commerce President and CEO, Steve Rosansky. Well, Steve, it's great to see you.
Good to be here.
Chamber's doing great stuff these days. Talk about the Chamber of Commerce. Give us a little brief overview of what the Chamber's doing these days.
So we're quite active. We're one of the busiest chambers around. We probably do about 70 events a year, discrete events, including 12 major events, which the boat parade, obviously, is the biggest. Last week we had our boat parade awards dinner, had about 300 people there. Big auction, so it's a big fundraiser for the chamber, but very active in the community. We do all kinds of different programs for different segments of the chamber, and the membership is strong and revenues are good. So we're thriving in a good economy, just like the rest of the businesses in town.
Okay, so what's your elevator speech? You and I jump in. You know I'm a business owner. We jump in an elevator. We're going to the 20th floor. Tell me on the Chamber of Commerce.
So the Chamber, we have our 4 pillars. There's communication, advocacy, connection, and I'm going to blank on the last one, but I'll remember as we go through it. But so, we try and, put people together. The chambers and chambers of commerce have evolved over the years. It's not so much a referral business where people call in and ask for, a referral to a plumber or a doctor or something like that. But the things that we focus on are community. Maybe that was the one that I missed. As I said, we do a lot of different events, a lot of civic events in town. Connection is networking, mixers or lunches and things like that, where business people can get in touch with each other. Advocacy, as you well know, I was a city councilman here for 9 years, and so I have I think a unique ability to connect the businesses with the city when they need that. And so sometimes, whether it's a building permit or a use permit or some type of just information about what's going on at the city. So, we try and fulfill all those different types of roles for people. And education, that's another big component. So, things like what's the latest in human resource rules? How do the new tax laws affect us? Sexual harassment and how you can avoid that in your workplace. So we try and hit on all those different things. And I look at us as a support for the businesses that are already here. We're not really out there trying to bring new businesses to town because we're basically full. There's not a lot of vacancies. There's not a bunch of vacant land. But the businesses that are here and that are members of the chamber, that's our mission, is to support them in any way we can.
So you're talking to them all the time about what's going on with their businesses and the economics of what's going on in the city and things like that. Give me a feeling of the pulse of the business community right now and how they're doing.
Well, as I said, it's rare that you're going to find a vacancy in town. Everybody I talked to has had a great year in 2017, and 2018 looks to be as good or better. Hotels are full. City's revenues are up. So it's really a great time to be in business in Newport Beach. I haven't seen it better, and I've lived here over 30 years.
One of the big things that the Chamber does for the whole community is you do an economic forecast every year. That was a couple of months ago. Talk about what was talked about in the economic forecast and what some of the highlights were for Newport Beach.
Well, I think, the forecast basically is a reflection of what's happening today. The stock market's obviously been way up. Real estate industry sales, both commercial and residential, are very strong. And I think the forecast, that I heard was more of the same, basically at least through 2018, probably into 2019. There's always these one-off things that could happen. World events sometimes overtake us even here at the local level, or things happening in Washington, D.C. We just saw the government shut down like last week, I guess, and might shut down again in 2 weeks from now. Now that was just a day or two, but if it went 2 or 3 weeks, now your stock market's going to get affected and other things. So there's always those uncertainties out there. But I think generally the impression at the forecast was that it's, again, more of the same. Good news.
Okay, so we get our calendar out, and we're looking at a calendar, and I'm going to go through 2018. I think most everybody in town knows that the Chamber of Commerce is behind the Christmas Boat Parade, and then they follow that up with a great Christmas Boat Parade dinner and auction. But the Chamber does so much more than that in the way of programming, with schools and different things. Mm-hmm. Take me through the year and what I should, or what the community should put on their calendar to attend.
Sure. So as you said, last week was our Boat Parade Awards dinner. We had over 300 people there and probably about almost 300 auction items. So everybody got to go home with something. But coming up is next big date is March 29th, our Police Appreciation Breakfast. Last year we had about 500 people show up for that event, and it's where the police department hands out their awards to their police officers that did meritorious work, as well as the Police Officer of the Year and the Volunteer of the Year and things like that. After that, we have a Scholarship Awards dinner at the end of April. Still haven't set up the date yet. We have to work that out with the schools because they have finals and different things.
A lot of times you have a speaker there.
Yeah, always try and have a quality speaker. We had Dennis Kuhl from the Angels a couple of years back. Frequently we'll have like an Olympic athlete or someone like that. So we're always looking, someone inspirational, but local, someone who lives around here that to, drop in and, kind of motivate them as they're well, actually, a lot of that's for athletics, which is the next event after is some of those speakers. For the other ones, we have had university presidents, different types of people, scholarly people. But those two events are geared towards the students, the scholarship awards winner,
and their families,
of course, and their siblings and grandparents and all that stuff come, and some educators. We get the district people, and then the athletic awards dinner is the follow-up in May. And so we honor the top 35 students or athletes from Harbor, Corona del Mar, and Sage Hill schools at those events. Then we move into June. We have a big luncheon for the city employees. The last couple of years, it's been over 400 city employees for lunch at City Hall with their connection with their service awards ceremony. Kind of take a little bit of a breather in the summer, although we don't really, because we have people, chamber members come over. We have what we call barbecue by the lake. It's been a lot of fun. We have a beautiful patio. We're next to the Pacific Club as our office. So we bring in members and even some potential new members, and usually have about 100 people there for a Friday early evening barbecue and a few drinks and socialization. And then we move into September. We have our Green Expo. I think this year is September 8th. We'll have our Fire and Lifeguard Appreciation Dinner at the end of September, another 300 people at the Marriott Hotel. Sandcastle Contest, which is actually blown up for us. Last year our sponsors were UPS Store and the Los Angeles Rams. So hopefully they'll be back, and we're looking for a third major sponsor. So if anybody out there is looking to sponsor that event, it's pretty cool down at Corona del Mar Beach.
Been down there a number of times.
You've helped out.
It's great when, all day long. I mean, the people get there early in the morning, and that's what I like about the Chambers. The Chamber does some very good events that they need. The Christmas Boat Parade, dinner and auction, because that raises money for them. But you also do such great civic stuff too, like the Sandcastle Contest. And to go down there on that day and walk around the beach, and it's not necessarily about the Chamber making gobs and gobs of money that day. It's bringing the community together.
Exactly, and that's why that's one of our pillars is community, because we want to be good citizens, corporate, I guess, is citizens here in the city, and yeah, a lot of these things we do not because they're not even business related. I mean, technically, there's really no business purpose to a Sandcastle contest except that it's fun, and it gives our members an opportunity to maybe interact with each other, do something a little bit different, do something for the city. I mean, last October we probably had 3,000 or 4,000 people. Now they didn't all just come for our thing. They were already going to be at the beach, but hey, this is something that makes Newport unique, and I think it's our 56th year of that event. So it's most of those events that I'm talking about, like the scholarship and athletic awards, that's in our 55th year. The police breakfast is their 45th year. The fire and lifeguard dinner, which is at the end of September, is going to be our 20th year. In October we also do economic forecast, which you mentioned at the end, doing that for a number of years. Citizen of the Year in November. Again, not really a business event, although this year we may change that up, and we may add, and you are a Citizen of the Year, a past Citizen of the Year, so you know that it's just been exclusively Citizen of the Year. We may add a business Person of the Year component to that, as kind of balance it out a little bit and make it a little bit more business-y-ish, whatever you want to call it. And then we finish out the year with our mayor's reception, where we welcome the new mayor every year. Newport Beach selects a new mayor, and we have a big party for them and incoming council members if they're newly elected in December. And then we finish up with the boat parade, which is probably one of the biggest civic events.
It might be one of the biggest United States events.
It's pretty big. This year we had close to 100 boats, registered boats, and then there's literally another 100 or 200 boats at any time out there on the water milling around, or sometimes they get in line behind the last boat, which is the Santa boat. And that runs 5 nights, and not many boat parades, around the country run 5 nights. So we're, and that's the 110th year running of that next year. So, we're invested in this community, and we're here for the residents and the business owners both.
Steve, last question is, you were a longtime small business owner, and you served 9 years on council and as mayor. And I would think all that plays in with your experience in owning small businesses, with your time on the council. I would think that plays in well for you as being the head of the Chamber of Commerce, because you can relate to some of these small business owners. How has that helped?
I mean, it's, this is really the perfect job for me. My entire career in business and my education has all kind of set me up for this job. I tell people I'm in my retirement job because I don't really feel like I'm working. It's kind of like, well, I want to do something, so I'll be a greeter at Walmart or this or that. Well, I'm Chamber of Commerce president. And yeah, I mean, I started out with, I graduated from UCLA with a law degree, so I have that background. I was a lawyer or practiced law for a couple of years with a large law firm. I've been a real estate broker and mortgage broker for most of my business career. My wife and I have owned several restaurants and other smaller businesses over the years. My government work with city council, as you mentioned, and being mayor has, gives me those tools to understand the other side of the counter there. So, yeah, I mean, I can pretty much, I feel comfortable talking to just about anybody about anything because I've sort of either done it or touched on it or, have knowledge about it. So it's worked out well for me. It's actually pretty easy. It's pretty easy. It's fun. I really enjoy it.
Well, I'm excited to have you in here today, and thank you so much. The Chamber's just doing great things. Where can people go if they want to find out some information on the Chamber?
Well, all of our information is on our website at newportbeach.com, which is pretty easy.
Pretty easy to remember.
My email address is steve@newportbeach.com, which I love. I hope they'll let me keep it.
Yeah.
If I ever transition out of the Chamber, because it's cool to be.
Doesn't get easier than that.
Doesn't get easier than that. But yeah, we have all our calendar of events. People can find out what we're doing,
Great.
Get information on membership, and love to have you come out to a meeting. We didn't even talk about some of our weekly or monthly meetings that we do, but we always have something going on.
Well, you have the Commodores Club. You have a lot of different things.
Commodores Club, Wake Up Newport, our Inspire Women in Business meetings, our Navigate for Young Professionals, our Chamber Connect lunches, our business lunches. These are all happening like once a month. So there's plenty in between all these major events.
Yeah, we'll get the people out there to check it out.
Great.
Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.